All right, let's dive in. Today we're tackling the history of kayaks.
Kayaks.
You guys sent in some awesome excerpts.
Yeah.
And honestly, I had no idea how much there was to learn.
It's a big topic.
I mean, we're talking thousands of years
Um,
of tradition, innovation, and this connection to water that really spans cultures and continents.
It really does.
But before we get too far, let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
So, where do kayaks even come from?
Well, the story starts way up north in the Arctic.
Oh, wow, the Arctic.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine
Yeah,
a more challenging environment, right?
absolutely.
Ice, freezing water,
Yeah,
brutal conditions, but
Is
this
it?
is where the kayak was born.
the birthplace of the kayak.
It is.
That's incredible.
It is.
It really makes you appreciate the ingenuity
Oh, yeah.
of those indigenous Arctic peoples.
That's sure.
The Inuit, Aleut, and Yupik.
Yep, big.
Not just surviving, but thriving.
Exactly.
In a place where, honestly,
Mm,
most of us wouldn't last a day.
not even close.
So
Yeah.
how did they do it? I mean,
Well, the kayak was absolutely essential to their way of life.
okay, so it was that.
I mean, they relied on it
Yeah.
for hunting, for transportation, for everything.
So what were these early kayaks made of?
Well, they were crafted from materials like driftwood and whalebone,
Wow, driftwood and whale.
and then meticulously covered with sealskins.
sealskin. Okay.
Imagine the skill
Right.
and knowledge that was required to create a watertight vessel
Right. Water.
using only those resources.
Wow, that's mind-blowing.
It is.
Just thinking about the craftsmanship involved there.
It was unbelievable.
And each kayak was custom built,
Exactly.
like tailored to the paddler's size
Similar to the paddler, yeah.
and their hunting needs.
They weren't mass-produced, no.
So it wasn't just about slapping a boat together.
No.
It's about this deep connection
Right.
between the builder, the kayak, and the environment.
It's all connected.
It makes sense that the word kayak actually comes from the Inuit word kwajak,
Kajak,
which means,
which means man's boat.
okay, man's boat or hunter's boat.
Hunter's boat, yeah.
So it really
It
was.
is an extension of themselves,
Wow.
essential for their survival.
You know, it really puts things in perspective. Like
Mhm.
your food,
Yeah,
your family's survival depended on this kayak.
it did.
No wonder it was seen
Yeah.
as an extension of themselves.
Almost like a spiritual partner,
Oh, interesting.
in the harshness of the Arctic.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
speaking of spirituality,
Right.
the sources mention kayaks being decorated with symbols.
Yeah.
What was the story there?
Well, for these communities, the kayak
Yeah.
wasn't just a tool.
Okay.
It was intertwined with their beliefs.
Okay.
So certain symbols were
Yeah.
believed to offer protection
Protection from the element.
or attract good fortune in hunting.
So it's like good luck charms almost
Almost, yeah.
on the kayak.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
it is.
So you'd have like what, carvings of animals?
Yeah, you might see a carving of a walrus
Okay.
to appease the spirit of the walrus.
Oh, wow.
And ensure a successful hunt.
A spiritual connection to the animals they were hunting.
Exactly.
That's really interesting.
It is.
You know, it never occurred to me
Yeah.
how perfectly adapted the kayak was
Oh, yeah.
to that Arctic environment.
It was perfectly designed.
Like the closed deck design, for example.
A closed deck.
Was that specifically for protection from the frigid water?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Closed deck, where you just have that small opening for the paddler,
Yeah.
was crucial for keeping that icy water out
Oh, it's
and trapping that body heat in.
So it's like a little cocoon almost,
It is, yeah.
keeping them warm.
It creates a waterproof barrier,
Okay.
allowing them to be out in those freezing waters
Oh, yeah.
without succumbing to hypothermia.
That's incredible.
Talk about a brilliant design solution. Seriously, wow.
Yeah.
And then you've got European explorers
Oh, sure.
showing up in the 17th and 18th centuries.
17th and 18th century.
How was their reaction?
Well, imagine encountering these
Yeah.
sleek, silent kayaks
Yeah.
gliding through those icy waters.
Right.
I mean, they were fascinated.
Of course.
And they began documenting the kayak's unique design.
Right. They'd never seen anything like it.
It really challenged their preconceived notions of boat building.
I bet. So how did the kayak make the leap then?
Oh, that's a good question.
From the Arctic to the Western world?
It wasn't immediate.
Okay.
Those early explorers were intrigued,
Mm.
but they didn't exactly rush out to adopt kayaks.
It took some time.
It wasn't until the 19th century
19th century, okay.
that European adventurers, inspired by those early accounts,
Right.
started building their own versions.
Okay, so they were inspired by what they saw.
Exactly.
I'm guessing the purpose shifted somewhat at that point
It did
from a tool of survival.
to something a bit more recreational.
Exactly. While some saw the potential for exploration,
Okay.
the focus shifted more towards sport and leisure.
Okay. Interesting.
You can see the seeds of kayaking
Right.
as a recreational activity being planted right there,
Yeah.
right there.
So kayaking is having its breakout moment.
It is.
But it's fascinating to me
Yeah.
that even as it hits the mainstream,
Right.
it still holds on to
Yeah,
that core appeal of adventure.
Absolutely.
Like we're hardwired to explore,
I
right?
think so.
And the kayak is the perfect vessel.
It is, yeah.
Literally.
Literally and figuratively.
And that transformation
Yeah.
takes a giant leap forward in the early 20th century.
The early 20th century.
Because in 1924,
1924.
kayaking makes its debut
Oh, yeah.
as a demonstration sport at the Paris Olympics.
Big moment.
Wow, now that's a global stage.
Global stage, for sure.
But how did it get there?
Well, as kayaking gained popularity in Europe,
Okay.
dedicated to the sport.
Okay, club began to emerge.
Okay.
And these clubs, they held competitions.
Okay, so it's getting organized.
It's getting organized.
More formalized.
Yeah. They developed standardized designs, rules, and
got it.
eventually they championed kayaking's inclusion
Into the Olympics.
into the Olympics. So these early enthusiasts...
They were essential. They were instrumental in getting kayaking recognized on that international level.
That's incredible.
It really is.
And just 4 years later,
Just 4 years later,
in 1936,
in 1836, yep,
kayaking
officially becomes an Olympic event.
becomes an Olympic event.
At the Berlin Games.
Wow, the Berlin Games.
This was pivotal.
This was like the moment.
This was the moment.
It went mainstream.
It brought standardization,
Right.
international recognition,
Wow.
and that helped propel it into the mainstream.
That must have been quite the spectacle to see those races.
Imagine those sleek, human-powered vessels racing across the water, captivating audiences
Yeah.
worldwide.
It's a far cry from those early Arctic hunters.
It is.
But the spirit of ingenuity
Oh, yeah.
and that connection with the water,
Remains.
it remained.
It's still there.
And the evolution is far from over.
Oh, not even close.
Because another game changer arrives.
Oh, yeah.
In the mid-20th century,
Mid-20th century.
the development of fiberglass.
Fiberglass.
Now kayaks can be mass-produced,
Exactly.
making them more affordable
More accessible.
and accessible to a wider audience.
So no longer this exclusive domain of Arctic hunters or intrepid explorers.
No,
It's for everybody.
the average person could experience the joy of kayaking.
Exactly.
What an incredible shift.
It's amazing.
And with that wider audience
Yeah.
comes a demand for different types of kayaks,
Oh,
designed for specific purposes.
different needs, different passions.
So we're seeing a diversification
Diversification, yeah.
of kayak designs to suit those needs and passions.
For sure.
Okay, so we're moving out of those early days
We are.
and into the modern kayaking world.
Yes.
I'm already sensing a whole new chapter unfolding.
Oh, yeah.
This is exciting.
It is. Yeah, this is where we see things like whitewater kayaks.
Oh, whitewater kayaks.
Designed to navigate rapids.
Mhm.
You've got sea kayaks built for long-distance journeys.
Yeah.
And then the recreational kayaks.
Oh, yeah, well, that you see everywhere.
Exactly. Perfect for those leisurely paddles.
Yeah, calm waters.
The kayak just adapts and evolves
That's right.
to embrace this whole world of possibilities.
It's incredible. And those possibilities just
Yeah.
keep expanding as we move into the modern era
Modern era.
with new materials and technologies really taking the helm.
Yeah, like high-density polyethylene or HDPE,
HD.
known for its durability,
Okay.
impact resistance.
So it can take a beating.
It can. Perfect for bumping up against rocks or logs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
So HDPE kayaks.
They're tough,
Tough.
which is why they're so popular for recreational use
Makes sense.
and exploring rocky shorelines.
So it's not just about toughness, though, right?
No, we're also seeing kayaks
Okay.
becoming lighter, faster, more responsive,
Ah,
thanks to materials like carbon fiber.
carbon fiber and
Yeah.
Kevlar.
Okay, so those are,
Those are high-performance materials.
it's like space-age tech for kayaking.
It is, yeah.
I mean, what are the advantages there?
Well, these materials are incredibly strong,
Okay,
yet incredibly lightweight.
so best of both worlds.
Carbon fiber, for example,
Carbon fiber.
is known for its stiffness
Okay.
and strength-to-weight ratio.
It's just super efficient.
It makes the kayaks incredibly efficient
Okay.
and
Yes.
responsive
Yeah.
in the water.
So if you want
This is why you see them used in racing kayaks
racing kayaks, okay.
and those high-performance sea kayaks.
So if you want to zip across the water,
Exactly.
carbon fiber is the way to go.
It is. But don't you think some of the charm is lost
I see what you're saying.
with these high-tech materials?
Yeah.
There's something romantic
Oh, yeah.
about those traditional building techniques,
For sure.
using wood and sealskin.
Yeah, there's a certain artistry
There is,
and
yeah.
connection to the past
Yeah.
that's hard to replicate
I agree.
with modern materials.
It's like there's a soul to it.
There is.
And that's why it's so heartwarming to see a resurgence of interest in those traditional kayak building techniques.
It's like a rediscovery of our roots.
Yeah, recognizing the ingenuity
Mhm.
and skill of those early kayak builders.
Absolutely.
Tell me more about that.
So indigenous communities and enthusiasts around the world are working hard
Okay.
to preserve that ancestral knowledge
That's amazing.
that was passed down through generations.
So they're keeping those traditions alive.
They're holding workshops.
Okay, workshops.
Teaching new generations
Passing on that knowledge.
about the history,
Right.
the cultural significance,
Yeah.
the artistry of building a kayak
Wow.
using those traditional methods.
It's inspiring.
It is.
Are there any particular groups or communities
Oh, absolutely.
that are leading this revival?
Well, in the Arctic, you have groups
Right.
like the Kayak USA organization.
Kayak USA.
They are dedicated to preserving and promoting
Oh, okay.
Inuit kayak building traditions.
Inuit traditions. Okay.
They offer workshops and gatherings where
Oh,
people can learn
Wow.
these ancient techniques
So cool.
from master builders,
That's incredible.
often using materials like driftwood, bone, and
Ah.
even sealskin.
Like the original material.
That's an incredible experience. It
Right.
connects you to the past.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
You understand the ingenuity
Yeah.
required to thrive
That's right.
in those challenging environments.
That's powerful.
And it's not just limited to the Arctic.
Oh,
You see similar revivals happening in other parts of the world,
that's amazing.
like the Aleutian Islands
The Aleutian Islands, yeah.
and Greenland,
Greenland. Yeah.
where kayaking has deep cultural roots.
It's like the kayak itself.
It is thread
It's a thread that connects us
connecting us.
to our shared human history.
Absolutely.
But speaking of modern innovation,
Right.
we can't forget about the rise of inflatable kayaks.
Oh, the inflatable kayaks.
Suddenly,
Yeah.
storage and transportation become a breeze.
So easy.
You can literally pack your kayak in a bag
I know. It's
and take it anywhere.
it's a game changer.
You know,
For those who don't have a lot of storage space.
yeah, if you live in an apartment
Exactly.
or you don't have a garage,
Or you need to transport it easily.
it's the perfect solution.
It is.
Inflatable kayaks.
Yeah, they're typically made from durable PVC
Oh,
or
sh-
nylon fabrics.
And they use those inflatable chambers for buoyancy.
Exactly.
They're surprisingly rigid
They are.
and stable on the water.
And you can deflate them,
Yeah.
pack them away in minutes.
It's amazing.
It is.
I even took an inflatable kayak
Oh, nice.
on a camping trip last summer.
How was it?
It fit perfectly in my backpack.
Oh, that's great.
It did spring a leak, though,
Oh.
which made for an interesting end to the trip.
Oh, no.
Thankfully, it wasn't too far from shore,
That's good.
but it's a good reminder
It is.
to always check your equipment before heading out on the water.
Especially with inflatable kayaks.
Yeah, you don't want any surprises out there.
No, you don't.
But even with these modern conveniences,
Yeah,
there's something undeniably special
I agree.
about a traditional handcrafted kayak.
Oh,
It's like the difference between,
it's like a mass-produced piece of furniture
Yeah.
versus a handcrafted heirloom.
yeah, they both have their place,
They do.
but there's that certain soulfulness
Soulfulness
and
oh,
artistry
Softry.
in something made with those traditional techniques.
Absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
it speaks to the enduring appeal of the kayak itself.
It does.
It's gone from a vital tool for survival in the Arctic
yeah.
to a global phenomenon enjoyed by millions.
You really have.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture,
yeah.
kayaking has become so much more.
More than just a recreational activity.
It's a way to connect with nature,
Absolutely.
to explore those hidden waterways,
Mhm.
to challenge yourself.
Physically and mentally.
You see people kayaking everywhere these days.
Everywhere.
Rivers, lakes, oceans.
Even whitewater rapids.
It's amazing to think
I know.
how one simple vessel
Yeah.
has evolved over time
From necessity.
from a necessity for survival.
To this incredible range of experiences.
It's incredible.
And let's not forget
Oh, yeah.
its role in promoting environmental awareness
Oh, that's a good point.
and conservation efforts.
Because kayaking allows people to experience the beauty and
yeah.
fragility of our waterways. It fosters this sense of
Stewardship.
and responsibility.
It's true. When you're out on the water,
Yeah.
surrounded by nature,
Yeah.
you can't help but feel a sense of connection
I agree
to the
about that.
environment.
Yeah, you're more aware of the impact we have
Yeah.
on our planet.
And the importance of protecting these resources.
Absolutely. And a lot of kayaking tours,
Yeah.
your outfitters, are incorporating sustainable practices
Oh, yeah, that's great.
into their operations.
Good.
Using eco-friendly equipment.
Okay.
Educating their clients.
Educating their clients, yeah.
About responsible paddling techniques.
That's great.
It's encouraging
It is.
to see how kayaking is being used.
It's not all serious stuff, though, right?
No, of course not.
There's also the pure joy,
Oh,
the exhilaration of paddling a kayak.
There's a certain sense of freedom.
Freedom, yeah.
And adventure that comes with being out on the water.
Yeah.
Powered by your own strength.
Surrounded by nature.
It's therapeutic.
It can be incredibly therapeutic and stress relieving.
A chance to disconnect.
Yeah, disconnect from the hustle and bustle of everyday life.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
It's a unique experience.
It is. There's nothing quite like it.
And it's accessible to people of all ages and abilities.
Exactly. That's what makes it so special.
That's what it is.
You could enjoy a leisurely paddle.
Yeah.
A challenging whitewater run.
Or a multi-day expedition.
There's a style of kayaking out there.
There is.
For everyone.
From beginners.
Seasoned adventurers.
It's interesting how the kayak itself has evolved to embrace this whole spectrum for human experience.
From those practical needs.
Yeah. From survival.
Survival in the Arctic to the thrill of competition. The joy of exploration. And simple pleasure of connecting with the water.
And that brings us...
That's it. That's the heart of it. To the heart of what makes the kayak so fascinating.
It's a vessel that carries
a
rich history.
Yeah.
A blend of tradition and innovation.
And
a spirit of adventure that continues to inspire.
It really does.
People around the world.
It's a journey.
It is.
That began thousands of years ago.
Thousands of years ago, yeah.
In that icy Arctic. And it's still unfolding today.
It is.
With every paddle stroke.
Every paddle stroke.
We've seen how it's evolved through time.
We have.
But I'm curious, what does the future hold for the kayak?
Oh, that's a great question. That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible to think how far the kayak has come.
I know, right? From those early hunters in the Arctic
to a global pastime.
Enjoyed by millions.
And it makes you wonder, where will the kayak go next?
What's next?
What new innovations and adaptations will we see in the future?
Well, we've already seen such a burst of creativity in recent years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, specialized kayaks for fishing.
Fishing kayaks, yeah.
Touring, even extreme whitewater.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like the possibilities are endless.
We've got kayaks with built-in fish finders.
Fish finders, right.
Rod holders.
Rod holders.
Even pedal-powered kayaks.
Also pedal-powered ones.
That free up your hands for fishing.
That's right.
It's amazing. And then you've got these super sleek touring kayaks.
Oh, yeah.
Designed for long-distance expeditions.
With compartments for all your gear and supplies.
It's like taking your house with you on the water.
It is.
It's amazing.
And then there's those extreme whitewater kayaks.
Oh, yeah. Those are a whole different beast.
They are designed to tackle the most challenging rapids.
I mean, they're shorter.
More maneuverable.
Yeah.
Built to withstand those intense impacts.
That's intense.
It's a completely different animal.
A different animal.
Yeah.
Than those traditional kayaks.
So it's like the kayak
constantly evolving.
Adapting to meet those demands.
Yeah, of modern adventures. But with all these specialized designs.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a risk of losing sight?
I see what you mean.
Of the kayak's simple origins?
I think it's important to remember that at its core, the kayak is a simple, elegant vessel.
Yeah, it is.
That connects us to the water.
And while it's amazing to see these innovations.
It is.
I think there will always be a place.
Always.
For that classic kayak design.
I agree.
There's something timeless about the simplicity of a kayak.
It's just you.
Yeah.
The paddle and the water.
It's a chance to disconnect from the distractions of modern life.
To slow down.
To slow down.
And really experience the world.
And experience the world in a different way.
I agree.
I think that's what will continue to draw people to kayaking.
I think so too.
No matter how the technology evolves.
It's that escape.
Yeah.
That chance to reconnect with nature.
And to challenge yourself.
Absolutely. Physically and mentally.
But I'm still curious about the future. Do you think we'll see any, radical new designs?
Radical new designs.
Or materials?
I think we'll see a continued focus on sustainability.
Sustainability.
We're already seeing kayaks made from recycled plastics,
Yeah.
bio-based materials.
That's great.
I think we'll see more innovation in terms of propulsion systems.
Oh, propulsion systems.
Perhaps even solar-powered kayaks.
Solar-powered kayak.
That can harness the energy of the sun.
That would be amazing.
Imagine silently gliding across the water.
Powered by the sun.
The ultimate eco-friendly adventure.
The ultimate eco-friendly adventure.
That's it.
That's it.
You know what's fascinating?
What's that?
The kayak's journey.
Yeah.
Mirrors our own, in a way.
What do you mean?
Constant adaptation.
Yeah.
Blending tradition with innovation.
Tradition and innovation.
It's a reminder that even ancient knowledge...
Ancient knowledge, right?
...can still be relevant today.
Yeah.
Inspiring new solutions.
New ways of thinking. It's like this ancient vessel is teaching us how to navigate the future.
I like that.
It's a story of resilience, adaptability,
and a deep connection.
A deep connection to the natural world.
It really is.
So what does this all mean for you, dear listener?
Well, maybe it's a nudge to try kayaking yourself.
Yeah, to experience that unique connection with the water firsthand.
Or perhaps it sparked a curiosity.
To learn more.
To learn more about the rich history.
The history and cultural significance.
So it's this incredible vessel.
And here's something to ponder.
Right.
If you could design your own specialized kayak.
Oh, I like this.
What would it be for?
What would it be for?
What features would it have?
Yeah, what would it look like?
Would it be built for speed, for exploration?
For fishing, for relaxation?
Let your imagination run wild.
It's a blank slate.
You've got this ancient design, born out of necessity, evolving alongside humanity itself.
That's the magic of the kayak.
It really is.
It's a testament to human ingenuity.
Our bond with nature.
And that timeless urge to explore.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
So until our next deep dive.
Yes.
Keep exploring, keep learning.
Keep paddling.
And maybe, just maybe,
yeah,
we'll see you out on the water, paddling your own unique path.
Happy kayaking, everyone!